Hello everyone, my name is Jane, and on behalf of the Colorado Department of Revenue, it is my pleasure to walk you through this video on filing the Colorado Special Event Retail Sales Tax Return, Form DR0098, using Revenue Online. This video is for filing periods beginning on or after January 1st, 2025. You can pause or replay this video at any time to review the information provided. The Colorado Department of Revenue aims to make complex tax information easy to understand to enable accurate and on-time tax filings. Before we proceed to Revenue Online, we'd like to remind you that Revenue Online does not accept $0 returns for special events. If you are filing online, you must report at least $1 in sales. If you wish to file a $0 return, please submit the paper form DR0098 Special Event Retail Sales Tax Return to the department following the filing instructions and using the mailing address listed on the form itself. If you wish to file online and will report at least $1 of sales, you can proceed to filing on Revenue Online. To file online, we'll start at Tax.Colorado.gov/Revenue Online. The dates and values used in this demonstration are for illustration purposes only, and tax rates are subject to change over time. For filing a special event sales tax return, you do not log in. The special event sales tax return is right on the home page. Scroll down until you see the menu panel titled Sales and Use Tax and select File a Special Event Sales Tax Return. Select the date range of the event. For our example, we'll select 2025 and following. But if you are filing for a previous event, including if you are amending a previously filed return, you would select the date range for that event. Then read through the purpose, eligibility, and information needed to continue. Once you are ready to proceed, select Continue at the bottom of the page. Next, we need to select the event we attended from the list. Events that have registered with the department will be listed here, and you can use the Filter option at the top of the page to locate the event you attended. We can filter by the name, city, or county where the event took place. Sometimes events are planned very quickly, or planning hiccups may occur. So, in case your event is not listed, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and select the option, Click here if the event you attended is not available. On the next page, it will confirm that you want to proceed without a listed event, and after selecting Next, you can enter the event name and start and end date for the event that you attended that was not listed. Continuing from here, you would also need to add the event's location, including its city, county, and location or jurisdiction. If you do not know that information for the event, you can find this information using the Geographic Information System, or GIS. You can search by the complete and correct address for the event's location, and the GIS will list the city, county, and location or jurisdiction code, and other information. For our example, we attended the Colorado Cosmic Con, so we'll enter Cosmic in the filter bar. There's my event. So I'll select the name of the event to select it, and once it is highlighted in blue, I'll select Next. The next page confirms the event's details. This gives you the opportunity to verify that you selected the correct event. Check the location and the dates. And you have the option here to select if you are amending a previously filed return. If you have received a non-filer estimate, sometimes called an estimated return, because you did not file a return for an event you previously attended, and you are now filing that missing return to correct the estimated return. You must check this box since you are overriding the return on file in our system. If you do not check this box, the system will recognize your return as an additional amount of sales from that event, creating a larger amount of tax owed. If our event details are correct and we have identified whether or not this is an amended return, we can select Next. Please be advised that if you need to go to a previous page in a special event return, you must use the Previous button. If you use your browser's Back button, you will go to the Revenue Online homepage. On the Taxpayer Information page, all details must be filled out completely. We start with our ID type. You can choose Colorado account number, Federal Employer Identification Number, ITIN, Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, or Social Security Number. For our example, I'm going to enter the FEIN because that is the ID we used when we set up our special events license. You can file as an individual or a business, but please pay very careful attention to ensure that the selection you make matches your selection with the Department of Revenue at the time of license registration. If you are unsure if you are set up as a sole proprietor or individual under your Social Security number, or as a business under an FEIN, and you have your Colorado account number available on your license, please use your Colorado account number to file your return. This is the best way to avoid errors. Once you make your selection and enter your ID, you can enter your mailing address. This address needs to be your business address and not the event address. Once you have entered your address, you will need to select the Unverified option at the bottom of the page. You will then be prompted to verify your address in a pop-up box, and once you select Save, there will be another pop-up to inform you that the address must either be validated or overridden to continue. Select OK to that pop-up, then choose your address from the list, and then select Save. Once you have filled in all required information, select Next. Next, we have sales information. If you are filing a $0 return, you must file by paper. Revenue Online does not support $0 returns on the special event return at this time. Enter your gross sales in the field in the top left, and select your license from the drop-down menu on the right. You have 4 options. Be sure to select the correct option that fits your situation. You should have obtained a license prior to the event, as it is illegal and a third-class misdemeanor to make retail sales without a license. However, if you did not obtain a license before the event, you can add the license at this point. If you received a non-filer estimate, a license has been created for you, but you must now pay the fee for that license. So please make sure to enter the account number listed on the non-filer estimate when you enter your taxpayer information on previous screens. But select that you would like a multiple or single event license on the sales information page. If you have an existing event license and you select the option that you need a license, you will be charged a license fee. We have a special event license, and that is the selection we will make. Then we will enter our license number, which is our Colorado account number, or CAN, in the field provided. If you had any sales to licensed dealers for resale, you can list that amount on the line just under your gross sales amount. You can only enter data into solid lines, Any and all dotted lines on this page correspond to fields that are automatically calculated for you by Revenue Online. If you have any sales that qualify for jurisdictionally dependent exemptions, you may enter the total exempt amount under the correct column in the row titled Exemptions. Please be advised that you will need to know the jurisdictions in which your event took place and whether each jurisdiction allows the exemption or exemptions. Please use the DR 1002 Colorado Sales and Use Tax Rates Schedule for assistance in determining which jurisdictions allow which exemptions. Please pay attention to the disclaimer at the bottom of the page. If your event was held in a home rule city like ours was, you will see that there is no tax calculated in the city column. You will need to file a separate return directly with the home rule self-collecting city. The Colorado Department of Revenue does not collect sales tax for home rule self-collecting cities. You can find contact information for home rule cities in the DR 1002 Colorado Sales and Use Tax Rates Schedule. Once we have entered our sales information, including our gross sales, any sales to licensed dealers for resale, and any jurisdictionally dependent exemptions, we can select Next. On the summary page, we have one more opportunity to select if we are amending a previously filed return, and we can verify that all our information has been entered correctly. Please ensure that the event dates match those of the event you attended, and that all account numbers are correct. If the information on this screen is correct, read the disclaimer and select I agree. Before selecting Submit, it is recommended to write down the total amount due. Once you select Submit, you will be prompted to enter your email address and to confirm your email address. Please note that a copy of your return is not sent to your email address, but an email confirming the receipt of the return is sent to your email. On your confirmation screen, you will have a filing ID for this return. Please write this filing ID down somewhere, take a screenshot, or print this page. You will need this filing ID later, and in case there are any issues and we need to locate your return, for example, if you had a typo in your account number or in your email address, we can use this filing ID to find your return in the system. On the confirmation screen, we also have a printable view option, which allows us to print a PDF copy of the return we just filed. We highly recommend printing a copy for your records, since you will not be able to view a copy of the return on your Revenue Online account. Once we have submitted our return and saved both our filing ID and a copy of our return's PDF, we can return to the Revenue Online homepage by selecting the logo at the top left of the page. We know that there is a button that says Make a Payment at the bottom right of the confirmation screen, but at this time the payment system does not pull complete information from your return if you select that option, which can cause confusion and errors. We recommend returning to the home page, scrolling down to Payment Options, and then selecting Make a Payment. To make a payment, you will need to enter the amount that you want to pay. If you did not write down the total amount due from your return, you can retrieve your special event sales tax return using your email address and filing ID. If you need to retrieve your return, select the logo to get back to the home page or select Home in the top left. Then scroll down to Return Actions and select Search for a saved or filed return. Enter your email address and your filing ID and select Submit. Once you retrieve your filing, you can see the status of your return, your amount due, and you also have the option to delete your filing or print a copy of your return for your records. Retrieving a return this way does not allow you to amend the return. If you need to amend your return, you will need to start a new special event return on Revenue Online and check the box Amended Return in the Event Information page. To make our payment, we'll return to the home page by selecting the logo in the top left corner of the screen. Then we'll scroll down to Payment Options and select Make a Payment. We have several different payment options available. If you have a Revenue Online login, you can sign in to make a direct debit payment on your special event sales tax account. This option is the only option that does not have processing or service fees, other than making a payment by check or money order. If you'd like to pay by credit or debit card, there is an additional 75 cents plus 2.25% of the payment amount for processing and service fees. For e-check, there is a $1 service fee, and for cryptocurrency, there is a service fee of $1 plus 1.83% of the payment amount. Additional payment options are listed below the online payment options. For our example, let's make an e-check payment. We'll enter our business name. If you are filing as an individual, enter your first and last name as it is listed on your license, and then select Next. On the next page, we'll select Add a Payment, and then we'll enter our payment information. We are filing for special event sales tax. We used our Federal Employer Identification Number, or FEIN. Please note that the payment system calls a Colorado account number a GCAN here for General Colorado Account Number. We'll enter the ID number that matches the ID type we chose. Next, we'll choose our filing period, which is always the last day of the month in which the event started. Our payment type is return payment, and then we'll enter our amount. Finally, select Add. Review your payment information and then select Next. You can then select Pay Online to be redirected to our payment processing portal. Please be advised that if you have a pop-up blocker on your browser, you will need to make sure that this page can send you pop-ups so that your payment can be processed completely. To complete your payment, follow the steps on the payment processing portal. And that's all there is to it to file and pay your special event sales tax return. We have a variety of resources and tools available for you if you have questions or need assistance. We have our websites, Tax.Colorado.gov and Colorado.gov/revenue online. You can call our taxpayer helpline at 303-238-7378. You can visit one of our local offices, which are located in Colorado Springs, Denver Metro, Fort Collins, Grand Junction, and Pueblo. We also have the department's guidance publications and our taxpayer email address, which is DOR_taxpayerservice@state.co.us. My name is Jane, and on behalf of the Colorado Department of Revenue, Taxation Division, Education and Training, thank you for watching this video. The Colorado Department of Revenue is always here to help you be voluntarily tax compliant through education, assistance, and customer service. This presentation is intended to provide general information concerning Colorado tax topics in simple and straightforward language. Although we have done our best to provide accurate and complete tax information, this information is not binding on the Colorado Department of Revenue, nor does it replace, alter, or supersede Colorado law and regulations. We recommend consulting with a tax professional for your specific tax situation.